Moving up to the main event, Charles Oliveira versus Justin Gaethje. Once again, I will just quickly reiterate that I will be doing a fight companion for this card, so if you want to watch some alternative commentary, join the chat room or something while the fights are going on, join my live stream. I will be live while the fights are on. It'll kind of be me with my little overlay, and we'll be talking it up. We'll be talking about the fights, making our predictions live. So anyway, let's just move on to the fight. I'm picking Charlie Olives to win this one, man. Oh, dude, I'm 2-0 with Charlie Olives picks on my channel so far, and I'm looking to go 3-0, so hopefully Charlie Olives does pull it off over Justin Gaethje in this one here. Justin Gaethje, I think, is probably a very live underdog in the fact that Charles Oliveira is quite hittable on the feet, and if Justin Gaethje lands, he does land with a decent amount of power. But the problem with Justin Gaethje, though, as well as landing a lot of power, he receives a lot of power. He takes a lot of damage himself, and it's starting to kind of add up, man. Even like the press conferences and interviews, the way that he talks is starting to kind of scare me a little bit, man. Especially the fact that now he's going to have to cut down to 155 flat. So maybe the weight cut hopefully won't affect him too much in that as well. I don't think it will, because he's never really had problems in the past. But I don't really like his attitude either. Like, he's like been begging for a title shot since he beat Michael Chandler, and even before he beat Michael Chandler, he was begging for a title shot as well, even though he got dominated by Khabib. Like, Khabib Nurmagomedov dominated Justin Gaethje, and even now Justin Gaethje is saying that like Khabib had to go through hell to beat him, but no, that wasn't the case. Khabib absolutely dominated Justin Gaethje, because Justin Gaethje was so scared of the grappling. Yes, I know Justin Gaethje has absolutely insane wrestling. He's got a great wrestling credentials and a great wrestling background, but I think that he's going to be a little bit scared of the jiu-jitsu that Charles Oliveira is going to pose on him, man. I don't think that we're going to see Charles Oliveira struggle too much if the fight ever hits the floor and Charles Oliveira is on top of Justin Gaethje. I think he's going to work very well for a submission. That's what I like about Charlie Oliveira's jiu-jitsu. He's always looking to improve his position. He's always looking for a good position. He's always looking for a submission as well. He's very active on top. Not necessarily so much in the second round of the Dustin Poirier fight, to be fair. But yeah, Charles Oliveira is very good in my opinion. I think he's going to be good enough to beat a guy like Justin Gaethje by submission in this one here. Justin Gaethje definitely probably a pretty live underdog in the fact that Charles Oliveira is quite hittable on the feet. He does take a little bit of shots. He did get knocked down by Michael Chandler, but Justin Gaethje also got hurt by Michael Chandler as well. So I'm picking Charlie Olives by submission in this one. What's the over-under lined at? The over-under is lined at 1.5. Oh man, that's crazy for this fight there. People are expecting this fight to go early, finish early. I don't think that this fight's going to go the distance either, to be honest, but over 1.5 at -190. That's not too bad, to be fair. I feel like that's actually not too bad overall, to be fair. I think that I will be picking Charlie Olives obviously to win by a submission at one point in the fight. I'm probably more so thinking the second or third round, so that makes the over 1.5 a little bit of a risky bet. So I'd say stay away from that. In fact, if you want to have a really, really good night, a stress-free night when it comes to the main event, I think you'd probably just be best to stay away from this main event, because this would be a great fight to kind of kick your legs up, put them on the coffee table with some snacks, and just sit back and enjoy a very, very exciting fight, because this is such a good fight. This is definitely a pay-per-view selling fight. This is the main event of the pay-per-view, of course, so I'm definitely picking Charlie Olives to win this fight, man. I think we're going to see him utilize some reach a little bit over Justin Gaethje. I will give the power advantage to Gaethje. I think just in general, the striking advantage probably does go to Gaethje as well. He's going to be able to chop up with a lot of leg kicks. Charlie Olives is relatively susceptible to leg kicks. He does check leg kicks, but even when he does check them, I still think that the leg kicks still hit the calf anyway. So yeah, I think Justin Gaethje is probably going to be looking for a lot of leg kicks in this one here. So Charlie Olives probably does want to get the fight to the ground. Yeah, Charlie Olives submission is my pick. I don't know what the odds for that exactly would be, but it's weird because the odds I don't think are actually on this website on Best Fight Odds, which is so strange. So yeah, I'm picking Charlie Olives to win the fight. On Best Fight Odds, he's -170, which I feel like is probably pretty good value for Charlie Olives. I'm going with Charlie Olives by submission. I think he's going to get the job done.